everybody, this is Island Hopper TV coming to you from Panama City, Panama. So I'm going to do a walk along the waterfront here. It is Sunday. I've been here for about 3 days. Well, actually 3 nights, 4 days, I guess. Time flies these days. It's been one of my favorite cities I've ever been to, actually. Now, on Sundays they close it off for bike and exercise, but the other 6 days of the week you'll need to take the footbridge there to get over the road. So I'm basically going to go across the street here. This is like the crown jewel of Latin America, I would say. For cities. I've been to Guatemala City, I've been to San Salvador, I've been to San Jose, I've been to Belize City. I've never been to Tegucigalpa or Managua, but I have enough information to say those are not going to be on this level. The closest city that I've seen in Central America to this one, there's the Hilton. I've stayed there. Very nice hotel. If you guys wanted to see the review, it'll be on my other channel, Island Hopper TV Hotels. Highly recommend you guys check that out. For every place I go, I always make a hotel review of the hotels I stay at. So far I've stayed at the Hilton and the Waldorf Astoria here. Yesterday I did a city tour of Panama City. So far I've been to Panama Vieja, which is the old city established in 1510 by the Spaniards. The oldest European settlement on the Pacific coast of the Americas. Vasco de Balboa is the one who figured out that there was an isthmus here in Panama that was very thin, that allowed people to cross the ocean, or cross the land from sea to sea. So I did that, went to the large mall here, which is the largest mall in Central America, the Albrook Mall. Then I went to the Panama Canal. That was cool. At the Panama Canal, there was a lot of people. It was a Saturday. They have an IMAX, tell you the whole story about the canal. Basically go from not knowing a lot to knowing pretty much everything you need to know about the canal. So that's cool. Then we had a tour of Casca Vieja, which is the old helmet, but it's actually the old town. Casca is just a helmet. Viejo, that's old, so the old helmet. And that's mostly where people go for nightlife, but I was there in the afternoon. They have the Plaza Mayor here. And then I was at the causeways. The causeways are the connecting islands. There's only 2 hotels actually out there, so you can't really stay there. Most of your hotels are going to be right here along the New City area. There's the Intercontinental Hotel. That's another nice one. And yeah, so the causeways are cool. Definitely recommend that. This right here is Avenue de Balboa. which is the famous road here along the waterfront. See a marina here. It does get a bit hot and humid. Although my first day here, I found the weather to be very pleasant. I think it's just in the afternoons, the sun can be very bright. I have not seen many mosquitoes around here. I know that when the Americans were building the Panama Canal, they purposely tried to kill as many mosquitoes as possible because it was causing malaria or yellow fever or something like that. Because the French originally tried to build the canal, and their plan was to basically dredge about 30 feet below sea level all the way across the isthmus. Oh, I was walking in the bike lane. I didn't even realize it. And so they were walking, they were trying to do that, but 20,000 people died trying to build that canal. Now, most of the workforce for the Panama Canal was from Barbados, Jamaica, and other Caribbean islands. So they were importing manpower from those islands. And mostly Barbados. They failed. They gave up. They failed the project. They had the same guy who built the Suez Canal try to build the Panama Canal, but it was a totally different ball game because of the jungle. I mean, it's thick rainforest here. They say this is like the second biggest rainforest in the world here in Panama, down by the Durian. It's such a thick rainforest they can't even build the road. You can't even connect Central America and South America because the rainforest is so thick there. But I'm gonna try and find out if I can get a ferry to Ecuador. Guayaquil, I think is what it's called. This city along the coast down there. I don't know much about that ferry. I'll probably have to fly into Quito maybe, because I was told last night that I should go to Quito. I don't have any cash on me, otherwise. Let me see if I even have any cash on me. I don't really carry cash. No, I don't even have any coins. But from there, I would like to go out to the Galapagos Islands, so stay tuned for that if I get down there. Some of the other videos that you guys have been watching from Grand Cayman, from Belize, those were good places to go. But you will notice Panama City is a very modern city. And the reason is because of the industry related to the canal. So the canal brings in billions of dollars every year to Panama. In 1977, I believe it was, Jimmy Carter gave Panama the canal because it was originally managed by the U.S. because the U.S. built it. But according to Jimmy Carter, the canal now makes 5 times the revenue that it made when the Americans held it. So it's been a good relationship. although I'm not sure if that's 5 times revenue because of inflation, or if that's 5 times the revenue because of optimized results. Because, you know, inflation in 1977 and 2024, I mean, rent used to cost $300 a month. Now it's $1,700, or you get the idea. But either way, Panama is happy that they own the canal because it's their land. They own the land. It's their country. Actually, a lot of places around the world that are prospering are because of things the Americans did back in the 30s, 40s, 50s. Actually, the canal was built in 1915. So it's almost over 100 years old. It is over 100 years old. But another place that comes to mind, if you guys know John Paul Getty, he actually was the one who assisted in setting up the oil industry in the United Arab Emirates. And then after that lease was up, the UAE took over the oil industry. So Americans have really assisted with a lot of prosperity for many countries. I don't know if the same could be said today, but the older generations of Americans really did a lot of traveling and assistance to countries, Panama being one of them. So the engineer who actually designed the Panama Canal, his idea was a lock system. So what he did was he, instead of trying to dig, 30 feet all the way across the isthmus, he had an idea to build a lake, which took up a large chunk of the isthmus, and then use the fresh water around to build the canal. And the same engineering concepts that he developed many years ago are still in use today. However, they've undergone a major engineering task because in 2006 they built 3 more locks because the boats are bigger than they were in 1915. So the 3 new locks they have can handle the big, wide, mega ships that come from China or the United States. But yeah, I watched the cruise ship, or one of the ships, go through the canal. I guess about 30 ships go through a day right now because they're experiencing El Nino, a drought. But when there's La Nina, or when it's not a drought, it's around 40 plus ships per day can go through there. But they have to conserve the water in the locks. And essentially the canal management is a water management project. It's obviously a shipping and a commercial industry, but the people who manage the locks are basically managing the flow of water the whole time, making sure there's enough water in there. So right now I'm here during the El Nino, the drought. I guess the rainy season used to last 9 months, now it only lasts like 7. So they're getting 5 months of drought here in Panama. It used to be 3 months or something around that. Here in Panama, it's essentially summer right now. We're in Florida or Texas, it's winter. Same could be said for Costa Rica. It's essentially summer there too. That's what happens when you're in the tropics. A little bit different. This is so close to the equator, obviously. I think in Quito, they say there is the center of the earth. They built a big monument for the center of the earth there. And then they found out it's actually not exactly where they built the monument. Here, let's see. Show you the big Panama sign here. Beautiful city, I tell you. It's such a beautiful city. It's like a Dubai of Central America. They call it Little Miami. And I would say after being in Miami, being here, it's probably better than Miami. Not as expensive. All right. All right. Headed back out now. Yeah, I'm sweating. So like I said, it's humid here. The sun isn't too bright like it was yesterday because there's clouds, but the humidity, you definitely feel it. Your shirt gets wet. Yeah. But I'm walking over here. We've got some more nice stuff. I mean, there is some tough areas around Panama City, but when you're in the tourist areas, it's really safe. I wouldn't worry too much. So yeah, then they want to take me to an indigenous village, which is another activity to do. Thinking about doing that maybe tomorrow. They've also got an island over there, Toboga Island, I believe it's called. It's like $15 each way. Got some salsa dancing or something going on there. See, that's how you do it. You get one of those scooters. Ensalada de frutas. Fruit salad.
Domingo solamente.
Buena suerte. Buena suerte means good luck. Since I've been in Latin America, I've been practicing my Spanish. Seems like I always pick up a few words here and there. One of these days I'm going to be able to speak fluent Spanish. Just takes time. I did do an airport arrival into Panama City at, I think it's called Tacoman Airport. That was on my other channel, VertCam. If you wanted to see the arrival process, but basically when you arrive, the big thing that they stress more than anything is having a return ticket. The return ticket thing is something they really stress here. And pretty much it affects everyone who arrives. They just are like, well, I don't know when I'm going to depart because I'm here for a few days checking it out, or I don't know how long I want to be here. So people usually purchase like a refundable, or they purchase like a outbound ticket to Costa Rica on the bus, something like that. But while you're here, most people like to go to Bull's Mouth. It's actually Bocas del Toro. But it's funny because I was using translator one time and someone said, do you want to go to Bull's Mouth? And I was like, looking at my translator, I thought to myself, what the heck is Bull's Mouth? I haven't heard of that one. And then I looked at it, it was like Bocas del Toro. I was like, yeah, I've heard of Bocas del Toro. So from here you fly from Albrook Airport, domestic, about an hour to Bocas. But another thing that's really popular going across the ocean, or going across the peninsula here, the isthmus to the Caribbean side, is San Blas. It's really a popular place to go. And I think they said it's like 2 to 3 hours to get there. And then from here you can also go across the isthmus to Colón. And that's really nice. It's nowhere near as developed or built up as here, but it's the Atlantic side of the entry for the canal. Look at this view here. That's where I started, down that way. You can see the Hilton. It's that gold building. You can see the JW Marriott. I haven't stayed there yet. Should be on my list, especially if I want to review a hotel. You'd think I'd want to go to the JW, right? I asked the tour operator yesterday, I said, what is the best hotel in Panama City? And he said Sofitel, which is in Cascaviejo. I went over there and I was like, that's the best one. I was like, have you seen the Hilton? I was like, I guess it's location though. For him, it's the location. But if you go out there to the causeway, that's a really nice area. Like I said, they don't have hotels, but it's where the cruise ships arrive. It's like 3 different islands connected by a road. Really nice. So I would recommend getting out there. I'm going to be making a full things to know video, or things to do video, in Panama City. I've already done about 7 or 8 of those places. That'll be on the main channel, Island Hopper TV. This little park here. But either way, just wanted to make this video, giving you guys some insight what to expect when you come here, and we'll see you guys on the next one.